#1 trader in Singapore.
Hello guys, Uncle Lim here. How are you guys today? So now we are back to our advanced class. For today, our advanced class is our pattern technique part 2. So our last class we have already learned continuation pattern. So now we are going to learn a reversal pattern. Okay, in reversal pattern, there is 4 patterns that Uncle usually use and also Uncle's favorite pattern. So whenever Uncle found this pattern, Uncle will trade it. And Uncle mostly will put a bigger lot size. Okay. So now what are the patterns that Uncle usually use? Uncle usually use double top, double bottom, head and shoulders, and also inverse head and shoulders. Okay, double top is to sell, double bottom is to buy, inverse head and shoulder is to buy, head and shoulders is to sell. Okay, remember this: when you found double top, you sell. When you found double bottom, you buy. When you found head and shoulder, you sell. When you found inverse head and shoulder, you buy. And that's all. Okay, for this 4 setup, the number 1 rule is time frame. This setup only can be used when it happens at H1 and above H4, daily, and so on. So that is number 1 rule. Number 2 rules is wait for rejection first. Wait for rejection. Okay. So now, Uncle will show you in a real life trading. Okay, now we have GBP USD. So first, we take for our time frame. Okay, there's one here. So as you guys can see, there is an engulf here and it is at a major support of H4. So that is a potential zone for our entry to buy. Okay, so as you guys can see here, yes, this zone is suitable for us to buy. So we zoom for H1. Okay, as you guys can see here, when we buy for the first time, the price goes up but only short. And at the second time, when the price rejects at this level, it becomes double bottom. So when we see this happens, there is a potential for this setup to go swing or to go intraday, because this setup, when it happens either in H1 or H4, it is a reversal pattern that you guys can hold this setup for a very long time, maybe 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. Okay guys, so how we want to entry a double bottom? So like Uncle said, wait for rejection. Okay, so this is the first rejection from the previous support, and then it goes back down and rejects this support. So as we know, this is double bottom, but we do not entry yet. So when it goes up, it means there's a rejection, then it will goes back down to pick up the price. So we're at this level, we will entry with bigger lot size, because this is a low risk entry. So when you entry here, the price will goes up. Okay, how do we determine our TP? Find the second nearest resistance. So this is first resistance and this is the second. This is our first TP. If it breaks, find next resistance. So this is our next resistance that we can use. This is TP2. Whatever happens to that setup, just make sure your entry, you set your break even at this zone. Okay, that is how you trade a double bottom. Okay, now why don't we try to look for double top? Okay, so now we are trying to find a double top. So there's a obvious double top there. Okay, so first of all, so now this is gold in daily time frame. Okay, as you guys can see here, first there is a daily resistance. So when the price goes down and then it goes back up and it rejects. So as you can see, there's a rejection at this level. There's another resistance. So there is a confirmation of a double top. So what we are going to do when there's a confirmation that that is a double top, like Uncle said, when there's a rejection, you wait for the price to come back for you to entry. So as you guys can see, there is a price that the price comes back and you entry with bigger lot size. Okay, that is how you entry a double top or a double bottom. When the price rejects, there's always an opportunity for that price to comes back to that level for us to entry. So this is a very obvious one. You guys can practice for the double top and double bottom. Okay, Uncle hope is very clear for you guys. Okay, so as you guys can see, a double bottom, there's some more for gold double bottom, a support, the price goes back up, and then it rejects this level. So as you guys can see, there is a price comes back to entry at this support zone for a double bottom. There are so many times that this kind of thing happens. So Uncle hope you guys can practice. And remember, this kind of setup only happens at a support zone or resistance zone. So this is a support zone from previous level, and this happens. The price comes back and goes back up. Understand, guys? Okay? So like Uncle said, when there is a double bottom or double top, our first TP will be second resistance, second nearest resistance if double bottom. So this is our first TP. And for double top, it is also the same. So as you guys can see, when our entry here, our first TP will be our second nearest support. This is our TP1. So whatever happens, you guys make sure you guys set your break even when your position is in profit. So that's all for double top and double bottom. Now we are going to try to find HNS or inverted HNS. Okay. So usually HNS happens in GBP, JPY. You guys can see here. At this level, there is HNS. And then you guys can sell at this point. Okay, this setup also, we are waiting for the rejection first. So as you guys can see, okay, at this level, okay, so HNS will be like this. Okay, first it need have one shoulder, there will be a head, and then we are going to trade for the second shoulder. So in order this setup to perform a second shoulder, it need to reject this support, this level of support. So as you guys can see here, this is a level of support that it rejects. So it is at the same level. So we call it a neckline. Okay, so when it rejects at support that is the same level, you guys can use this shoulder as a level that you guys want to trade. So first of all, in order for us to lower the risk, when it rejects this level, it will goes to this shoulder level, it rejects. So when it rejects, you wait for the pulls back. So these pullbacks are the price that we are going to entry for us to sell. So where is our TP? Our TP will be the nearest SNR after the net line. So this level can be our TP. Okay. If it break this level, it will be going down because this is a reversal setup. So what do you mean by reversal setup? As you guys can see, these price are going up. When it's a reversal setup, the price may go down to this level, may go down. Okay, this is our best prediction outcome. It may go down to that level, but in order to trade safely, okay, first you must wait for rejection at the neckline. After rejection at the neckline, you wait at the shoulder price. If there's a rejection at shoulder price, you wait for the second entry, the second price that coming to the same level for us to entry at lower risk position. So when you entry here, the price may go down, and our first TP is our nearest SNR here. Okay, the price may go here. So like Uncle said, whenever the price is going in profit, just set your break even to hold. That's all. Okay, that is our HNS, head and shoulder. Now we try to find a reversal inverse head shoulder. Okay guys, there's an inverted HNS here, as you guys can see. So it moves here, and then it makes a shoulder, and it goes down, and then it makes another shoulder, and it goes down. But at this price, it looks like HNS, but the form of the HNS is not really good because the price goes here first. So it does not reject the support, but the price goes back up, and then it goes to this level. So we can consider this is our head. Okay, but you can consider this one is our shoulder. And also at this level is our shoulder also. So as you can see, there's a first rejection, pulls back, and then it goes back at this price, and it goes back up. So that is how we trade head and shoulder. Okay. So that's all for our reversal pattern setup. And like Uncle said, our first rule is time frame. It only happens and valid for H1 and above. That is H1 and then H4 and then daily and so on. Second, we must wait forward for rejection, especially for double top and double bottom, and also for head and shoulder and inverted head and shoulder. We wait for rejection. There's rejection, and then the second price that price came, we can entry. Okay, we entry at the second price. That's also for HNS. There's a rejection, and then it goes back up. You can sell at this price. That's all. It's a very simple setup and a very profitable setup. But just make sure whenever the price goes, make sure you set your break even, and you may hold for the TP. Uncle already show you guys where's the price that can go. So stick to it. Practice, and practice. The setup is a very profitable setup with 80% win rate. So whatever you guys do, stick to these two rules. That is time frame and also the rejection happens. Okay guys, that's all for our reversal pattern setup for advanced class. We will see you guys in next week. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Uncle Lim, #1 trader in Singapore.